This meeting is being recorded.
Am I audible? Hello.
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay. So we'll start the session in 4 to 5 minutes at 3 p.m. sharp.
Sure, great. We are already recording this session, so don't worry. We'll share the recording of the once the session is done with all the participants.
Hi, Akshay.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
We'll start the session at 3 p.m. sharp.
झालं हा झालं आलं पण प्रॉब्लेम झाला
Meet everyone.
So, hello everyone, welcome to the session. And today the agenda for this webinar is okay, we are going to launch a new phase of production module. Okay, couple of things I want to mention before starting out the session. Currently, this production module is in the beta testing phase. So somewhat it will work slow in the session, but once it is launched in your production, in your profile, so it will work the same as like the other modules work, right? Now, let me clear out the agenda for this meeting or the points what we are going to cover today, covering in today's in the session. Okay, so here we are going to cover the 4 points. One is the introduction to a new production module. Then second point will be a new changes, what new changes we have added in all the production module, okay, to improve your experience of using the product. Then we will be discussing about the production flow, a total production flow, how you can use the transact, right, for your business operations, and what are the different types of productions, which is one is make to stock production, second is make to order production. So how we can do all those things here in transact. And the fourth part will be a Q&A session. So we will be discussing all about the queries with related to the session. So again, if you have any queries in between the session, you can mention it in the chat. Okay, we will address each and every query once I complete my session. Okay, now to start with, okay, first point was about the introduction to new production module. So first thing I want to answer one thing, why we have bring up this change. Okay, why we have changed our phase or the front end of the production module. Okay, so it's in the DNA of transact. Okay, what from the earlier stage of transact, we want to make a product super easy to use for all the users. Okay, and these changes will help us in improve your customer experience. Okay, your experience of using the product, improvising the speed and the performance of the product. Also, you can work out here in efficient manner. Okay, so these changes will help us to improve all these things. Okay, then second point was the new changes. So a lot of feedbacks, okay, we have received through different from different channels. Okay, the one channel what we usually work is in the chat option. Okay, you have the option to raise your chat from your profile. So every feedback matters to us. Okay, not immediately, but we will definitely bring out all those changes, okay, in the near future. Okay, so if you have any concern or if you are stuck or if you know anything about the product, if you want to give any feedback, right, as per your industry sector, so you can just mention it in the chat. We will collate it at every stage, okay, while when we are releasing any new feature in the system, and we will try to bring out those things in the system. Okay, so and for the third part, which is production flow, so I have created a flow. Okay, I have created a dummy profile to present in front of you today in the session. So I will quickly move to the my profile, and I will show you out what all things or what all changes we have incorporated, or we have what all changes we have done here in the production module. So I will just share my screen. I will just switch my tab here on my profile. Okay, yeah. So this is the landing page, or you can call as a home page of Transact. Once you log into your page, there this is the page in where you will land, right? Okay, so not wasting any time, I will directly go to our production module. Okay, so if you see if the production module is activated for you, or if not activated, you can also activate it from this home page. Okay, there is a module, there is an option here to activate the production module from here. Okay, if it is activated, it will show you here on the left hand panel. So if you will just go here in your production module, okay, so we have completely changed the UI UX of this production module, and it is familiar with you if you have already started using Transact, or if you're using Transact, right? So if you see our transactions module, our reports module, all document module, it is exactly the same like what we have done here in the production itself, right? So we have added some filters here, okay, and we have added a lot of much more thing which I want to show here first thing. But before starting out, okay, first thing, the core part, okay, the core part for the production is the bill of material. So we'll start with the bill of material first, okay, then we will go for the work order section, how we can manage your work orders and all the features in it, and then we will go for the production process and the production flow, which is make to order production and make to stock production. The first thing is the bill of material. So if you see previously, there were 4 different tabs which were present on the top right corner. Okay, we have bill of material. Okay, we're having production process, work orders, and routings. Okay, so we have added routings here only in my bill of material section. Okay, if you just go here and check the bill of material part, you will see here the manage routing option. The first thing what I want to show you here is manage routing is merged now in the bill of material. Okay, now the people will ask me what is this routing, right? So routing are the processes which you do, okay, which you carry out to complete your process. Okay, for every finished good production, let's say you have some processes like you will do cutting, you will do grinding, finishing, right? So all those processes we have to add here in the routing section. Now to add a new routing, you have to simply just click on this manage routing here. Okay, and you can add a new routing from here, or you can edit or delete the existing routing which are present in the system. Okay, then in the bill of material section, one top request feature. Okay, a lot of people have asked us to add this feature, which is okay, we can save the bill of material in draft section. Okay, so we have added that feature here in the bill of material. A lot of people will relate to me, okay, if the bill of material, let's say they have a bill of material with 100 of items or 70 of items, right? So, at some point, right, they don't have a specification or the parameters for 1 or 2 items, so they cannot save the bill of material, right? So for now they can save their bill of material in the draft stage. Okay, then they can edit and they can finalize it, and then they can save their bill of material in the published state. And you can also filter out, okay, what are your draft bill of material, what is the count of your published bill of material from this filter of status here. If you will see here, there is a status filter present here. If you will just click on the status filter on the left hand side, so you will see all, draft, and publish. Okay, so if you want to see the bill of material which are under the draft stage, you have to just simply click here on draft stage. Okay, for now in this profile I have not added any draft stage here. Okay, so if you will see, yeah, so if you will see here, okay, in the published state I have added a list of all the bill of materials, or you will get the existing bill of material which are present here in the system. Okay, now if I want to, if I'll show you, right? So we have not changed the functionality of creation of bill of material. Okay, only that we have added some of the features in the bill of
ये
material.
bill of material मतलब क्या है? Bill of material बढ़ता है bill of material.
Okay, so bill of material, or you can call it the recipe of the product. Okay, so let's say if you have a finished good, right? If you sell out one product, okay, now to create or to produce that one number of finished good, how much of raw materials and with its quantity, right? What all raw materials with this quantity is needed. So we have to create a recipe of the product, okay, recipe of that finished good. That we call as a bill of material. That we also call as a bill of quantity or a recipe of the finished good. Okay, and that is the core part of doing the production. If you have the bill of material, then only you can create the production order. If you don't have the bill of material, then there is no option in the system to create the production order out of it, right? So the first step or the initial step in the production is to create the bill of material in the system. Okay, so let me explain. Okay, so for example, if you receive the order from your client, or if your client gives you a purchase order, right? So in the system, you will book an order confirmation, which is a sales order. Okay. Now, once you book the sales order, automatically the work order will get created in the system. Okay. Now your design team, so that part will be handled by your sales or marketing team, right? Creation of sales order. Now your design team will get to know, okay, these are the orders, okay, or these are the finished good. Now they will check whether the bill of material is present or not. If not, they will create a new bill of material in the system or the recipe of that product. Okay, so here also same thing. Okay, we have to create a new bill of material if the bill of material is not present in the system for that product, for that order, right? So firstly, I will just show you out how to create a new bill of material in the system. So you will see here 3 options on the top right corner, which is, one is create bill of material, second is manage routing, third is other actions. So I will just simply click on create bill of material first here. Okay, so once I click on create bill of material, you will see a change in the UI. Okay, this whole things will come under the same page on one single page. Okay, document details like document number will come automatically. You have to give the name of the bill of material, last modified date, it will come automatically here. So for example, let's say I'm a valve manufacturing company, and I want to create a bill of material for this, let's say globe valve. Okay, I will just put here name of the bill of material, which is globe valve. Okay, this store selection will come automatically here. What will be your finished goods store, what will be your raw material store, and what will be your scrap or the rejected store, right? If you want to add any comment, any additional information about this bill of material, you can add it here in the comment, as well as we have given a description block here. So if you want to add much more information about your product, so you can add it here in the description also for this bill of material. Okay. If you will scroll down, okay, here you can add a finished good. Okay, what is my finished good for this bill of material? For which finished good I am creating this bill of material? So as you remember previously, okay, we have to add all the items, be it raw material, semi-finished good, finished good, in the inventory first. Okay, and then we can create a bill of material. But here we have also added one feature. Okay, if the item, be it a raw material or finished good, is not added in the inventory, you will get the option here to add a new item. Okay, if that item is not present in the inventory in my master. Okay, this is again a new feature what we have added here in the bill of material section. Previously it was not there. Previously it was like, if firstly we have to add all the data in the master, and then only I can fetch the data here. Okay, be it raw material or finished good. But this is again a new feature what we have added here while creating the bill of material. So for example, I'm creating a bomb for globe wall. So I will just select, I will just call out my product from my inventory, globe wall, right? So automatically the item ID, the category of the product, the quantity, always remember the bill of material should be for one unit or one quantity or a unit quantity, right? So, and the unit of measurement, cost allocation. If you want to add any additional information, you can put out in the comment. If there is any alternate item, right, for this finished good, you can add it here. Okay, scrolling down, you will get an option here to select the raw materials. Okay, what are my raw materials which are required to make one numbers of this globe wall, right? So here also the same. If the product is added in my master, I can call out with the help of this item ID or with the help of this item description. Okay, or let's say if the product is new. Okay, if there, let's say if there is a customized project. Okay, so every time I need to add new items here in the system, so that I can add it here with the help of this add new item. So that option is also there, right? So for example, let me just add here 3 to 4 raw materials, and I will create or save this bill of material in the system. So let's say this wall body. Okay, I'm adding a new item which is wall body here. Okay, here I have to give the quantity. Quantity will be dynamic every time, so I have to put the quantity while creating the bomb fun number. I can select or I can add a new item from this option. You will see on every block, be it a raw material, be it a finished good, okay, be it a scrap, routing, you will get two options. One is you can edit the same or you can add an item. Okay, so here if you will just click on add item here, a similar row will get added here. Let's say I will just put second item as accessories. Okay, accessories is one of my item. Let's say I will just put one numbers here. Okay, add item, I will just put sheet also. Let's say sheet or metal sheet. Okay, so like this you can add as much raw material, right, as per your finished good requirement. Let's say 2 kgs. Okay, now we will see here item ID column is there, item name, category will come, quantity, unit of measurement. If you want to add any comment here, okay, you can add any additional information. Let's say the cutting size, the parameters, the specification of an item, all the things you have to add here in the comment section. Okay, and then there is a column of move to row. Okay, this again comes from a client. Okay, this again we have added here or with the help of the feedback what we have received from our users, right? So many people will relate it to me. Okay, because if the, let's say if they have 50 to 70 raw materials, right, in their bill of material, some of them are mechanical parts, some of them are like, let's say, electrical parts, electronic parts, right? And now let's say once they save the bill of material, okay, and once let's say the customer required for another new item, right, okay, another new thing. So while adding a new raw material, okay, so it will come in the last, right, it will come in the fourth position. Okay, but I want to shift that fourth position item to second position, so I can do that with the help of this move to row option. So for example, let's say if I want to shift this metal sheet, if you see here the third row item is a metal sheet item. If I want to shift that metal sheet to number 1, so what I need to do is I have to just move here 1. Okay, I want to shift this metal shift item to 1, and I will just click on this option which is present here. This I will just have to click it. So what will happen? That metal sheet will get shift to number 1 position, and that wall body will come to the third position. So you can exchange the rows. Okay, you can exchange the rows or the raw materials in the bill of material, right? Then these options are similar like we have in the previous option, right? In the previous technology or the process, right? That is adding an alternate item. if you want to link the child bomb, okay, so let's say for example this accessories or metal sheet is a SFG, semi-finished good item, and I want to add raw materials which are required to make this metal sheet or accessories, right? So I can link the child bomb here. Okay, if you want to delete the row, if you want to delete the item, you have to just simply click on this remove button. So those things are same. Then if you will scroll down here, you will find a scrap option here. So if you know the scrap, okay, if anything is generated as a scrap in this bill of material, so you can add it here with the help of this add item, add a new scrap material. Okay, and scrolling down, you will get the routings option. Okay, so here you will get two options. You can select the routing directly from the routing master, or if you want to add a new routing first in the master. Okay, let's say I have not added any routings in the master, so I will get this option here of manage routing. So once I click on this manage routing, I will get an option here to add a new routings in my master first, and then I can call out that routing in the bill of material. Okay, both the options are present here. If I want to add the routing in my bill of material, I have to just simply click on this add new routing here. So I will just simply click, let's say, cutting here. I will just add one more, let's say machining, and I will add one more, let's say grinding. So let's say these are the three operations, right? These are the three process which I want to carry out on to make this finished good. Okay, so I have to add this as a routing process here in my bill of material, so that this data, okay, whatever the data which you will add here while creating the bill of material will get fetched once you will start create the finished good, once you will start create the production order out of this bill of material, right? And then we have this other charges option where you can put an estimation cost for labor charges, for machinery charges, for electricity charges, other charges, right? So all those things can be added here into this other charges options. Okay, and then the last option, right, is to add the attachment. Okay, so if you have some AutoCAD drawing or solid edge CATIA drawing, right, because a lot of people design it of the product on solid edge CATIA or AutoCAD, right? So they have their attachment, they have their drawings with them, right? So the design team can also attach their attachments here. Okay, so maximum 6 file up to 5 MB. Okay, so one file should be 5 MB. You can attach here in this attachment option. Okay, and you will see once you add all the data here, you have added the document details, you have added the finished good, you have added the raw materials. If there is a scrap, you can add the scrap. All the things are added. Then you will get a two option here, save draft and save and send. Previously it was only one option, which is cancel and save and send. So if you want to save this, okay, save this bill of material in draft first, you have to simply just click on save draft. Okay, so this bill of material will get saved into my draft section. Okay, so I can edit it and I can save it on the later part also. Okay, later part of time. So this is how it will show me in my draft stage. If you see on the left hand side on the ribbon, there is a draft option, bill of material BOM number 6 draft stage, right? It is showing me the stage here. The document details, you will see a finished good details here. Globe wall is my finished good. We have added the raw material here, so it will look like this. Okay, metal sheet 2 kgs, accessories 1 numbers. Okay, and then the routings what we have added, like the cutting, machining, grinding. So all this data will come here like this. Okay, now if you want to edit it, okay, and save it, here you will see on the right hand side you will get a button of edit and save. Okay, so you have to just simply click on edit and save here. You can make the changes and you can save the file. Okay, you can save the bill of material. Okay, in the other actions you will find, if you want to delete, if you want to duplicate the same bill of material and save it in a save it for the next finished good, right? So that can be done. If you want to save the spreadsheet, okay, if you want to save this draft bill of material as in a normal view, expanded view, if you directly want to print out this out, so we have also optimized the print of bill of material and the print of the production orders. So if you will, I will just simply click on print here. So you will see every single information will get captured on one single page. Okay, which is the document details, the finished good details, the raw materials, routing, other charges. So you can print out this BOM or you can print out the production orders, right? And you can hand over to your workers, right? So that they can start working on that part. So these things can be done here. Okay, these things are we have added and optimized in the bill of material, right? So now if I just go here on my home page of the production in my bill of material, right? So we have added one bill of material in the draft stage. So if I'll just go here and select the filter here for draft, so it should be present here. Okay, see here, you will get the detail here of BOM. Okay, globe wall draft. The stage is draft. Number of raw material are 3. Last modified by who has created this. All those things will come here under this draft stage. Okay, and if I'll just go and publish here, okay, so you will get the list of all the bill of materials which we have saved and published in the system. Okay, And these are the only bill of materials which are in published state. We can use it for creation of production orders. Okay. None of the bill of material will come when it is in draft stage. Okay. You cannot use the same bill of material. Okay. For the production. Okay. Now, two more things what we have added here. Okay. So previously it was not there, right? So for example, we have added 5 or let's say 10 bill of materials in the system. Okay. And let's say you want to delete all the bill of material, okay, from the system, those 5 bill of material. So you will see here a multi-tick option is present here. You can multi-select the list of all the bill of materials here. So for example, if I want to delete this, let's say 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So you have to just simply click this 4 bill of material. Here you will find an other actions button, okay, present or just beside the manage routing other actions. So you can just click on other actions here. Okay. So from this, okay, you will on just clicking on other action, you will get 2 options. One is create process. So directly you can create a process here from this bill of material. So that option is also present here. Okay. Previously, what was there, right? Okay, we have 2 type of production. One is, okay, you receive the order, then you will convert it into an order confirmation. Okay. So we have to start with from the work order section. That is my make to stock production or make to order production. And then it was if I want to make something for my stock, right? So we have to go in my production process and then I have to create the process. But again, we have added one more way, one more a way of starting the production from bill of material itself. So for example, if you want to start the production for this 4 bill of material, you have to just simply tick this and you can directly create a process out of this. Okay. So you can bulk create the process. Okay. If you want to delete this 4 bill of material, okay, you have to just simply tick this and just click on delete bill of material. It will ask you an option. It will just give you a warning here. Okay. And you have to just type here. Okay. Please type delete to proceed. Okay. If the bill of material, so this is again a case, right? So let's say if the bill of material is linked with another bill of material, so that will not get deleted from the system. Okay. So this is the procedure of deleting the bill of material from the system or from your production module. Okay. Now, and again, if you want to start the production out of it, so let's say I'll just select this 4 bill of material. I will just go to other actions here and click on create process. So once I will click on create process, this will come here in the my create production orders. So you can bulk select or you can bulk create the production order directly from your bill of material. This is how it will look like. Okay. And this is the same window, right, which get appear once we start the process. Okay. So we'll look into in the second part of the session, which is production flow, right? So this is all about the bill of material, right? Okay, how you can create a new bill of material, what features we have added in the bill of material, and what all things you can do it from the home page of this bill of material or the landing page of this bill of material, right? So if you have any doubt in this bill of material, please mention it in the chat. Okay, we will address or we will answer each and every query with respect to this bill of material part, right? Then the second part of the session is about the production flow. Okay. So as we know, right, the production is mainly of 2 types. In every industry sector, production is of 2 types. One is make to order production. Second is make to stock production, right? So what is this make to order production? So make to order production is something, okay, let's say once the customer gives you a purchase order. Okay. So in the system, you have to create an order confirmation, which is a sales order. And once you create a sales order, okay, automatically the work order will get generated here. So let me just show you my sales order I have already created here in my transactions module, right? So one second. Yeah. So here in the transaction module, I have created OC. Okay, this is the OC, order for finished good. Okay. So once you create the order confirmation in the system, you will get a comment here just below the order confirmation, which is work order created for the OC. Okay. And this work order is mainly for the production team because the sales team will create an OC only, right? Now, how the production team will look into this all work orders which are present. Okay. So they have to just go to this production page. Okay. Production module here. Okay. And then we have this option. We have this tab of work orders. If you see on the top right, we have 3 tabs, right? One is bill of material. Second is production process. And third is the work orders. So if you will directly go to this work order section, here in this tab, you will get the list of all the orders which you have received from the sales team or from through the order confirmation. Okay. Here, what all things you can see. Okay. Here you can, what you can track here. So you will get the item ID, the name of the product, unit of measurement, the quantity, ordered quantity. Okay. How much of quantity the customer has ordered, right? With the buyer name, the document number, which is for reference, okay, order type, process number, process stage, document date, delivery date, created by. So all this information you can track here into this work order section, okay. And again, there is a filter called as status here, okay. Currently by default the filter is selected as all, but if you want to see only the open orders, or if you want to see only the planned orders, pending orders, WIP or completed, because as you know, okay, or the people who are very new on Transact, we have 4 stages in the production, okay. We have plan stage, we have pending stage, then we have WIP, which is work in progress, and then once you complete the production order, so that will move, that is a completed stage, right? So if you want to see the orders, right, only in my plan stage, so I will just simply click on this. Let's say, if for example, if I want to see only those orders in my work order section which are in WIP, so I will just simply click on WIP here, okay. And now the system will show me the list of all the orders, okay, with their finished good which are in WIP. Okay, if you see here, the process stage is WIP. That means the work is going on here. So as a salesperson, if I want to see, right, what is the status of my order, because we have a different salesperson name, right, and they have their specific customer. So what they can do, they can come here in the work order section and they can search for a specific OC number. So, okay, so for example, if you see here on every column, we have this search option. Previously, it was not there, right? But here in this module, in this change, we have added here, you can search out in every column. So if you know the OC number, if your salesperson know the OC number, so they can come here, they can search for a specific OC and they can look into. So what is the status of my order? Okay, whether it is in plan, pending, WIP or completed. So that we can create the invoice or we can communicate to the customer, right? So that can be done here from this work order section. Okay. Now I will just click on all here. Okay. So if you see here all, you will get the list of all the orders which you have received. Okay. And for example, let's say I want to start the production. So you receive, let's say 10 orders or 15 orders. So you will get the list of all the 10 and 15 items here. Okay. And now it is up to you. Okay. Out of 15, out of 10, how much for how many items you want to start the process. Okay. So here also you have this tick mark option. You can multi-select it and you can create the process. Okay. Or if you want to just select one process here, you have to take here. So for example, here I am doing a make to order production. Okay, I have received the order. So I have come here in the work order section. I have seen all the data here. Now I want to start the production out of it, right? So I will just simply click here on this tick mark for this FGGL001 globe ball for 5 numbers. So we received the order for 5 numbers, right? So I will just click here and I will simply click on create process. Okay, so once you click on create process, okay, this is the page, okay, this is the window which will get open here. Okay, if the bill of material for this item is not present, okay, so here it will show you an option of create BOM. Okay, so let me just show you again. For example, I will just add for 2 items, let's say for this and this. Okay, and I will click on create process. So if you see here, okay, so for the first item, for the light is one of my finished good, let's say. So that means it is showing me as a create BOM here. So what does that mean? Okay, for this light of item, right, this finished good, the bill of material is not present in my system. That is why it is showing me an option here of create BOM. So you can just simply click on create BOM here. You can create the bill of material. You can add all the raw materials and you can save it. And then you can move further to the production. Okay. If the bill of material is present here, it will automatically fetch the data of this BOM number. Okay. For this globe wall, the quantity will come here, the reference number, unit of measurement, all those things will come here. Okay. For now, I will just remove this first item, which is lights. I will just keep this one. Okay. So here you will see the FG store, RM store, right? So everything will get fetched here automatically. Okay. And then we have the stages, right? So if you see here, a select stage option is present here in the drop down. Okay. So if you want to add, if you want to select a process, let's say, as I mentioned earlier also, we have 4 different stages in the production, right? So you will get the 5 options here: create process, publish, bulk issue RMNFG, bulk issue and approve inventory, and mark complete, right? So if there is a small team, let's say only there is a 1 people or 2 people who is running the production part, right? Production team, right? So what they can do here is we have this option to complete the production method in a shortcut method also. Okay. So what they need to do is they have to just select this mark complete option directly. Okay. If they want to complete the entire production for this finished good, okay, of globe wall, 5 pieces, 5 numbers. So in one click, just one click, so they have to just click on this mark complete option and they can submit it. So once they submit it, automatically the system will do everything for them. Okay, the raw material will get less from the inventory, the finished good will get added automatically, the testing will be done, all the things will be done automatically if you just select mark complete here and click on submit. Okay, if you want to go in a step-by-step process, okay, let's say you have a 1 month production cycle, let's say, or a 2 weeks or a 3 weeks production cycle. Okay, so definitely you will go in a step by step. If you have a larger team in the production, so you have to go in a step by step manner, right? Okay, firstly, we will issue the raw material, we will submit the finished good, we will do the testing, and then we'll complete the whole process, right? The production process. Okay, so this is how you have to do is the first thing you have to just create a process here. Okay, or you can directly create a publish, but I will just select a create process and I will click on submit here. Okay, before that, before submitting, let me show you one of the feature which is here. It is download template. So if you want to download, so if you want to bulk upload the process data, okay, if you have, let's say, if you want to process 10 or 15 finished goods in one time, so you can download the template from here, you can feed the data in Excel and you can upload the file. So you have this option to upload the process also. Okay, then coming to this stages, which is create process. Okay, I will just select one process, which is create process, and I will click on submit here. Okay, once you submit it, okay, now this process, okay, will get saved into my planning stage. You will see the stage, okay, here as a plan stage. Okay, and this is how the production order will look like. Okay, we have seen the bill of material, and with the help of that bill of material, now we have created a production order. Okay, and you will see here a lot of changes what we have done here in the production order: document details, list of process, finished good, raw materials, routing, scrap, other charges, right? Everything is same, only all the things are in the same page. Okay, you can do every action here from the same page. Okay, so here if you go in the other actions, if you want to move the stage, okay, if you want to move the stage from plan to pending, okay, then you have to just simply click on one step. You have to do one step, which is you have to just go in the other actions and click on publish here. Okay, once you will click on publish, this production order from plan stage will get moved from plan to pending. Okay, so for example, let me just click on this publish. Okay, this will give you a warning. You have to just click on yes here. Okay, and the status, only the status of this production order will get changed from my plan to pending. That means now we are going to start the work here. We are going to start the issuing the raw material or do anything, right? Be it, let's say, completing the routing. So whatever the steps or which is present here, so we have to move it from first from plan to pending, right? So it is in the plan, it is a pending stage right now. Okay, let me just show you, okay, how we can track the status wise in the production order tab. Okay, we have seen bill of material, we have seen work order as well, right? So if I'll just go in my production tab here, okay, and you will find a tab called as production process here. So from this production process, you can track all your processes, whether it is in pending, whether it is in plan stage, okay, or WIP or completed. Okay, so current stages, if you see here, these are the filters which you can use to filter out your data. So process status is all. Okay, so if you want to only see the pending process, okay, so you have to just simply click on pending here. Okay, so you will get the data of all the pending production orders. Okay, so currently, so previously, right, so we have saved our production order in pending stage. That is why it is showing you here. Okay, so you can filter this out, okay, with this data, with the help of this report, with the help of these filters. Okay, the status, if you want to see the cancel production orders in pending stage, that can be done. Okay, if you want to see some subcontract process as well, right, if you are outsourcing something, okay, so let's say you have a finished good, and in that finished good you have, let's say, a list of 5 to 6 assemblies or semi-finished good. So if you outsource something and if you want to see that data here, okay, you can just select the subcontract as well. Okay, so for example, let's say I will go here, select the stages all. Okay, now it will show me the list of all the data from every stage. Okay, if I will just select subcontract also here, okay, the system will show me the subcontract process here as well. Okay, into my this production order page. So you will see this SO0062 is my subcontracting, right? SO004. So service, we have raised a service order, right? That is why reference number is showing as your service order, right? So that can be done. You can use this filter out. You can use this filter to filter out your data. Okay, coming to our production order here. Okay, so one second. Yeah. So currently it is in pending stage, right? So what is the procedure, right? Previously, what we used to do is we need to go here in the other actions. Then you will find the actions there. Then we have to issue the raw material. Ideally, what happen is physically also once you want to start the production, so you will bring out all your raw materials from your store to production floor, right? So here also in the system, we have to give a command to the system. Okay, we need to issue the raw material. We have to send a requisition from production to store, right? So how we can do that, right? So if you see here, on every action, okay, be it finished good, be it raw material, be it routing, scrap, you will get two buttons here. One is issue and second is edit. Okay, previously it was present under this other actions button, okay, if you remember, but now we have taken out that buttons, okay, that actions here on the finished good, on the raw material itself only. So you can make a change here directly, okay, with less effort. So for example, if I want to edit a raw material, let's say if I want to add a new raw material here in this process, so I will just simply click on edit here, okay, and here I will get an option of add item. Okay, so I will just simply click on add item here. You will get another row to add an item here. Okay, so like this, I can add as many of my item raw material in my raw material section, right? I can add many of the raw materials here. Okay, this is an edit option. If you want to issue it, so if you want to issue the raw material from the store, right? So what we need to do is we have to just issue. We have to just simply click on issue here. Okay, and the page will get open here where you will get the data. Okay, these are the estimated raw materials. We have to issue it, okay, from main stock store, right? And if you want to issue the exact quantity which is required, right, as per the estimated in the bill of material, there is an arrow here in the estimated raw material column. So you have to just simply click on this estimated raw material. Okay, now if you see here, if the stock is not present, okay, you will get the data here in change in quantity. Okay, if the stock is not present in my inventory, it will give me an option here of insufficient stock. Okay, you will get the option here of insufficient stock. Okay, and if the negative restriction is on from the settings, so let's say we have this option, right, to put to on the negative restriction. Okay, the stock should not go in the negative. Okay, so if you will just click on submit here, okay, it will give you an error here. The system will show an error. Okay, production negative stock restriction is turned on in settings. Okay, that means I cannot raise a requisition if my stock is going into negative, right? So for now, let's say we'll just put this change in quantities, let's say 15. I will just put this as 5, this 5, and this 5. Okay, 1 second. So I will disable the negative stock restriction from the settings for now. Okay, and then I will go for the issuance of the raw material. So here is the settings. Okay, just to tell you all, to all the users here, if you go in the advanced section here, okay, you will find an option here of inventory negative stock restrictions. Okay, so if you just click on negative stock restriction, you can on the restriction for document or for manual adjustment, for production, for approval, or for physical stock reconciliation. So now we currently it is only on for my production. That means if the stock is going in negative, okay, with my production actions, so now the system will not allow me to save it, okay, to send the requisition. But if I will just disable it, okay, I will just disable it and I will go in my production here, okay, on my production document here. I will just refresh it once, okay, and now if I go and issue the raw material, right, this again helps you in managing the inventory, right? If I'll just go here, I will just click on issue here of this raw material, okay, and we'll just click on estimated raw material. Even though it is showing as a warning, right, it is insufficient stock, but if I'll just submit it, that means I am sending a requisition to my store team. Okay, I want this raw material, right, and I will just submit it. So the stock will get reduced automatically from my inventory. Okay, and the stock will go into my negative stock. Okay, it will show you a negative. Issued successfully. The message will show you here issued successfully, and here in the production order you will get the data. Okay, this was the estimated raw material, and we have used or we have bring out this raw material into my production flow, which is used raw material, right? So this is the process of issuing the raw material from the store, okay, to the production. Okay, same thing if you want to mark complete any of your routing. So once you issue the raw material, then you will start, let's say, cutting, you will start doing the machining part, you will do the grinding part, right? So you will complete all your routings here. Okay, so here also, if you want to complete any one of the routing, okay, let's say the cutting is done on day 1, the cutting is done for all my raw materials. So what I'll do is I will just click on issue here. Okay, edit option will give you an option to add the routing. Okay, but issue, if I just click on issue here, you can mark as done here. So let's say cutting is done. So I will just mark this as a done, cutting is done. You can put the data here in the comment if you want to track anything, if you want to see this data in the report section. So you can analyze this data in the report as well. So let's say, for example, just for a reference, I'm just adding a comment here. Okay, cutting is done. Okay, I've just added a comment here, cutting is done, and I will submit it. Okay, once I submit it, you will see a change in the production order here, and you will get this data. Okay, cutting is done with the with this comment also. Okay, whatever the comment what we have added. Okay, so we'll just scroll it down here. You will see cutting is done. A tick mark will come here, and also a routing change history table will come here, where you will find who has changed the routing, who has done it. Okay, the cutting, the routing name, and the comment. So we have added a comment called as cutting is done. So like this, you can issue or you can mark complete all your routings. So for example, let's say on day 2, machining is done. On day 3, the grinding is done. Okay. Or whether I want to complete all my routings on day 1. So I will just go here again in the issue. Okay. I will mark complete this also. I will just mark done this also, and I will submit it. Okay. So this is how the routings are completed. Okay. That means we have done the cutting, we have completed the machining and grinding also. Right. So all these actions, right, I'm doing directly from this production order page. If you see here, directly we are doing it from the production order page. Previously, it was present in the other actions, where you will find the actions button, right? And then you have to go the routing, you have to do the scrap, you have to go for finished good, right? All those things were there from under the other actions button. But now you can directly do it from this production order page. You can issue it, you can edit it. And again, this is based on the permissions of the user. So if you have the access to edit it, then only you will get the button here of edit. If you have the access to issue, then only you will get the button here to issue the raw material from the store, right? Same thing will happen with the scrap also, or the other charges. If you want to add as charges here, okay, an actual cost, right? So you have to just simply click on issue here, and then you can give your final cost, right? Which is there, right, for this process. Attachment, if you want to edit it, if you want to add an attachment here. So all those things, right, which was earlier present in the other actions button, currently now in the production order, you can do it directly from here. So it will save your time. The user will not get confused where I need to go, right? If you want to finish the submit good, if you want to submit the finished good here, for example, let's say my routings are done, I have issued the raw material, right? Then the next step is to submit the finished good. So I will just go here and we'll just click on issue here. Okay, in the issue, the target production was 5. How much I have completed? I have to add the quantity here in my quantity added, right? So let's say I have completed all the 5. So I will just click on this arrow button here, completed. It will come here as automatically 5 quantities, and I will submit it. Okay, once I will submit it, so now the system will show me, okay, the target production was 5 for this globe valve. Okay, you have completed 5. And once we complete the finished good, okay, once we add the finished good here, okay, then the testing option will get enabled. Okay, so let's say you have a separate quality team who only looks into the testing of the process, right? So they can also go and check from this production order page. So if you see here, first thing in the finished good, the target was 5, completed was 5, tested is 0, because we have not tested yet, right? So 2 options, okay, you will get 2 options to complete the testing of the finished good. One is you can directly go here in the other actions, and you can you will see a button will get enabled FG testing. Okay, or if you have the team, right, separate team, and they only want to see the testing pending quantities for the production orders. So what they can do is they can go directly here in my production tab, okay, in the production page, in the production process, okay, on the home page of this production process. From here, they can select the WIP process, because currently our process is in WIP, because we have issued the raw material, we have marked complete the routing. So now the process is in WIP. And from this status filter, okay, you have this filter of status here. Okay, currently it is selected as all, right? But I can select approval pending. I can see the testing pending quantities. If I have sent something for repair, so I can see repair pending. So let's say if I just click on testing pending here, okay. So your quality team will get to know the list of all the orders or the list of all the finished goods for which the testing is pending. Okay, that means they have to do the testing. They have to complete the testing for against this process, right? So they can directly select the process number from here. So if you see here, there is a hyperlink on this process number. You have to just simply click on process here, okay? And here you will get the option to complete the finished good testing, okay? If you go in the other actions, here you will find the FG testing, okay? And as you know, right, we only have a quantitative testing. We don't have a qualitative testing based on some parameters, some analysis, right? We don't have those things. So you will get the option here, tested 5, okay, how much you have passed, if you have sent something for repair purpose, or if you have rejected anything. So you have to add the data here, and then if you want to add any comment for rejection, any comment for repairing purpose, so you have to add the data here in the comment, so that you will get this data in the report as well. Okay, if you want to see on a monthly basis the testing report, right? So you will get all this data. Okay, so for example, I will just click on submit here. So here the system, okay, will do automatically everything. Okay, my stock will get added here in my inventory for this 5 pieces or 5 numbers of globe valve, right? So if you see here in the process, in the finished good, you will see target production was 5, completed 5, tested 5, passed 5, okay, rejected 0, for repair 0, right? So if you have sent something for repair, it will show here in my for repair section, right? So all those things are present. Okay, and then once all the process are done, we have issued the raw material, we have submitted the finished good, we have completed the routing, we have done the testing of the finished good, then you can just go to these other actions and you can complete it. Okay, once you will complete it, you can also check the process cost of this process, of this overall production order. Okay, if you want to take out the print, if you want to see the process log, so this process log will show you what actions a user has taken on which day, okay, from which user we have. So that, for example, I will just click on process log here. So you will see the history for this production orders. Okay, who has created, on which date the raw material was issued, on which date the routing was completed, on which date the finished goods were added, right? And from which users. Okay, so all those things will come under this process change round history. Okay, and if you want to complete it, okay, so you can directly complete it. Okay, and here also we have this option of issue. Okay, so what does that mean, right? So we have seen issue here on every single block, right? On finished good, on raw material, on routing, on the scrap, on other charges as well. If you want to do all the things, okay, finished good, raw material, routing, scrap in one single page, so that option you will get here from this other actions from issue page. So if you directly click on issue here, so you will see everything will come under the same page: finished good, raw material, scrap, and this routings and the other charges. So you can just directly add all the data here, okay, and you have to just click on submit here. This is a one time, which is a one step of completing all the process, okay, or else you can go here one by one. Okay, both the options are present here. Okay, here it is one by one in every block, in every section, or you can directly go to other actions in the issue page. Okay, so all these options are present. Okay, and once all the process are done, you have to just mark complete this. Okay, you will get an option, you will get a warning here or the confirmation action. Okay, these are the process all done, finished good, produce globe valve 5 numbers, and I will click on yes here to mark complete this WIP process into my, to move this WIP to my completed stage, right? So this is the process, right, or the changes what we have done. Okay, okay, we have bring out all the actions into the same page of the production order. You have to just simply go here and do a step by step action. Okay, you can save your time here. Okay, so these all things are present here. So this is all about the make to stock production. Okay, you can directly, if you want to see the cost, okay, once you complete the process, so you can also check the process cost here. Okay, since this is a dummy profile, the cost will not proper cost you will set, but yeah, you will see here, this is how the costing will show you the total cost for the product. Okay, if you want, you can also print out this cost. Okay, if you want to take out the print, so that option is also present here. Okay, so this is again a make to stock production. Okay, we have received the order, we have we have created the OC. Okay, from the OC we created a work order, and from that work order we have created this process, and we have completed step by step process here. Again, the last part of the session is, okay, let's say if I want to create a process, if I want to make some make to stock products, let's say I create some of my finished good to make in my stock, okay, to store in my stock, let's say. Okay, so those options will get enabled here under this production process. Okay, so if you see here, you will get an option under this production process of create process. Okay, so I can either go for this create process here, the same page will get open here. Here the difference will be the details will not get fetched automatically here. I have to give the detail here for which item I want to start my production. Okay, previously the data was getting fetched from my order confirmation because I have received the order. Here I have not received any order. I am just creating my finished good. I'm just creating for my own purpose, for my stock purpose. So here the same thing. I will just go here for globe valve. Let's say again same example I'm taking globe valve. Okay, and here you have to give the quantity. Let's say I need to, let's say I'm creating or 50 pieces, okay, for this finished good, okay, for my own stock. Okay, so I will just select all this data here, the stores and everything, okay, and I can directly complete it. So I will just show an example here. So if you just click on mark complete here, okay, and submit it. Okay, what I'm doing here, I am just selecting the mark complete option and I'm submitting it. Now the system will do everything for you. Okay, every single thing will be done here automatically. Okay, and the stock will get changed. The current stock was 25. Okay, once we do this, so I will just show you all the impact of this in the inventory as well. The stock will get changed from 25 to 75. Okay, so this is how the production created. So if you see here directly, it is coming as a completed stage. All single things, like all the things. Okay, if you see the finished good, it is done, tested, passed. You will see the raw materials, the routings, the all. So any other things, right? Or any other step, okay, which will be done automatically here. Okay, and if I go and check the inventory for this finished good, okay, previously it was 25, and once I complete this, okay, once I complete this, so you will see a finished good which is global. It is showing as a 75. If you see the row number 4, 75, and it is also showing as a last transaction as, okay, upward green color arrow of 50. So we have added 50 pieces or 50 numbers in our last transaction through the product. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, this is a shortcut method to complete the process. You have to just simply go here in the production, okay, and you have to mark complete and save the process. Okay, and this can be done from any stage of the product. Okay, so any stage of the process. So let's say if you are in a pending stage, okay, or in a plant stage. For example, I will just create one process here. Okay, for the same finished good, I will just take an example for same finished good, globe fall, right? So here, let's say the current stock is 75. Let's say I'm creating for 10. Okay. Now what I'll do is I will select the second stage here, which is publish. So you can select, okay, in which stage you want to move this process. Okay. If you just click on this third or fourth, it will go from to WIP. Okay. If you just select second here, it will go in the pending stage. And we have already discussed this create process, right? It will go on the plan stage. So let me just show you. I will just click on publish here and I will submit it. Okay. Now the process will move to my pending stage. Okay, once I click on publisher, it will move to my pending stage. So here, okay, it is currently in the pending stage. Now what I'll do is I will go in my production here. Okay, on the production dashboard, I will select the process stage here as a pending stage. Okay, so all my pending production order will be listed down here. Okay, into this stage, pending stage. Now let's say I want to complete all the process here. Okay, from pending to complete. Directly I want to complete it. So here, from here, you can take this. Okay, you can tick mark this production order or the process number here. Okay, and here you will get the option of update stage. A button is present here of update stage. So you have to just simply click on update stage here. Okay, and the same options you will see here. Okay, same options you will see here. Okay, whether you want to bulk issue RMNFG, that means you want to issue the raw material, submit the finished good. Whether you want to bulk issue and approve inventory, that means if you want to automate the inventory approval, so you will select this option. Or if you want to directly mark complete this. Okay, so if you just select the mark complete here, okay, so the system will give you this warning and you have to just confirm it, right? And once you will confirm it, automatically this production order, this PID number 6 will move from my pending to my complete stage. Okay, so these all things, okay, this all shortcuts are present in every stage of production. Okay, if you are in a pending stage, whether you are in plan stage, WIP stage, you can directly move your process to completed stage. Okay, or else if you want to go in a step-by-step manner, then you have to go in first in the pending, then from pending here, let's say if I just click on this process number, then again I am giving an overview here. Okay, so from the pending stage, you can issue the raw material first, then you will add the finished good, you will do the testing, you will submit the routings here, and then you will complete the process. Okay, so these all things what we have changed here in the production orders. Okay, so yeah, so if you have any queries, so please let us know in the chat. Or I have a lot of queries. I have got a lot of queries here. Akhil, do you want to add anything here?
Yes, Shabib. So even I have received a lot of queries. So if you have something in list with you, otherwise I can start with mine and you can show how the things are happening. Okay. So hello, Shabib.
Yeah, you're audible.
So I'll start with the first query which I have is, can BOM have 2 or 3 levels subcomponent that make like so multi-level BOM they want to understand. So if you can just jump to the bill of material and show how multi-level BOM looks like.
Okay, sure. So if you see here, okay, we have created the BOM which is for globe wall, right? So I will just open up this bill of material. Okay, now we have added 4 raw materials here. Let's say, okay, one is, let's say, metal sheet, second is wall body, accessories, aluminium, and let's say I have another BOM for this aluminium. I'm taking an example here. Okay, so what I'll do is I will just go to other actions, or I will just click on edit here and save. Okay, I'm editing the same BOM here. So you have this option, okay, for against every item you have this option to link the child BOM. Okay, so if you have already created the BOM for aluminium, it will show you. So for example, if I want to link the BOM here, I will simply select this option. Okay, from here you can create a BOM for aluminium, or if you have already BOM present with you for aluminium, so you can select it with the help of this drop down. Okay, and let's say I have selected this manual BOM, so this will come like this. Okay, to make the aluminium we need alloys also, one numbers. Okay, and I will save it. So this is how the multi-level bill of material will look like. Okay, 1 2 3 4, and to create 4 we need 4.1. So like this, if you have sub assemblies or semi-finished good, so first thing, either you have to create the bill of material in the system and you can just select here with the help of this linked BOM, or you can create it, okay, while creating the parent BOM. I hope I answered it. So I will just save this. So it is how it will look like.
Okay.
So this is we call as a multi-level BOM, right?
Yeah. The next question we have is, do we have app for the entire entering daily transaction in Transact ERP? No, we currently don't have any app or something for Transact. However, we are planning to build another app which is expected in a quarter or two. Next question is, bill of material edit after submitting to take into flow. So if you have submitted any, so if you have already published any bill of material and post that you have created any production process using that bill of material, you won't be able to, and then you go back and edit the bill of material, it won't reflect the changes in the existing production process. In the next production process, it will reflect the changes. However, you can go and edit the production process and add those items or edit those the existing items. That can be done. Next thing is, so how that taken into MRP. So which related to this question, MRP कैसे calculate होगा? How will calculate the MRP in this case? So MRP, we have multiple options to calculate. One is based on the production order level. The other is based on the bill of material level. If you want to calculate it with respect to bill of material, that can be done separately, or else production order level. Next thing is, Shabib, can you show the checkbox on issue page? Production process में जो issue करते हैं, वहाँ पे checkbox कैसे कब दिखता है, कैसे दिखता है, एक बार दिखा दो भैया.
Here, right?
नहीं, वही पे left side में दिख रहा था ना.
Right, right. So let's say if you just select all the stages here, or if you want to see only the stages, only the production order which are in WIP. So here you will get the option to tick mark it. 1 second.
Sorry, WIP में नहीं होता, pending में होता है.
It's in pending, yeah. It's plan in pending, yeah. So you will see here a tick box here.
Okay. Next to this question, also there is a DC. Yeah, someone asked that since it is a cloud-based system, they are concerned about the data security. So to answer this question, so we use AWS server, which is rank 1 worldwide right now, and that is a Google data. We are not fabricating it. That is one thing. Second thing is, so data downtime is almost negligible. Apart from that, we have a cybersecurity team in-house. All your data are encrypted. Plus, we have already also have external agencies to evaluate all the threats and the encryption. So those kind of measures which we take. Another question I have over here is batch-wise rate and batch-wise stock. So I'm not sure what exact question it was. I guess if you can unmute yourself and ask the question, that will be easier. If you can explain the exact question. I guess Mr. Arthaf Jayesh Yadav.
हेलो सर।
Yeah, what exactly?
बैच मंथली स्टॉक स्टेटमेंट में बैच वाइज स्टॉक आना चाहिए रॉ मटेरियल का। तो हर एक बार रेट तो अलग अलग रहता है बैच वाइज, तो
Right.
वो नहीं आता है एक्चुअली। हर एक बैच का रेट अलग रहता है। अभी मैंने टोलमिन अगर लिया तो 78 रुपीज है एक बैच का, वन बैच का।
Right.
सेकंड बैच का मेरा 92 हो गया। तो
रॉ
मंथली
मटेरियल
स्टॉक
प्राइस
में
की
मेरा
बात
दोनों,
करो। रॉ
हाँ
मटेरियल
दोनों,
प्राइस की बात करो। रॉ मटेरियल प्राइस का जो एलोकेशन होता है यहाँ
हाँ
पे, जब भी आप प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस रन करते हो तो फीफो के तरीके से होता है। तो जैसे लेट्स से आपने 78 पे कुछ मटेरियल खरीदा है, 85 पे कुछ खरीदा है,
हाँ
90 पे कुछ खरीदा है, उसकी क्वांटिटी किस किस प्राइस पे फीफो के हिसाब से जितनी क्वांटिटी कंज्यूम हो रही है उसके हिसाब से कॉस्ट एलोकेट होता है, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली वी कैलकुलेट द फिनिश गुड कॉस्ट। तो ये चीज यहाँ पे आती है जब भी आप कोई भी प्रोसेस प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस रन करते हो।
लेकिन फाइनल जब स्टॉक देने का रहता है तभी एक्चुअली एक ही
इज इट
प्राइस
रिलेटेड टू द
ये
प्रोडक्शन
हो जाता है ना
प्रोसेस
सर।
कॉस्टिंग, और आप रॉ मटेरियल कॉस्टिंग का पूछ रहे हो?
हाँ रॉ मटेरियल का।
रॉ मटेरियल का आप अलग से डिस्कस कर सकते हैं क्या ये चीज हम, क्योंकि बाकी लोग सब प्रोडक्शन रिलेटेड अभी डिस्कशन चल रहा है, इफ यू डोंट माइंड।
ओके सर।
थैंक यू। नेक्स्ट अगर मैं बात करूं, so Shabib, I guess I'm done. There are a few questions I'm just reading out. But meanwhile, if you have any question, you can.
No, so I think you have already covered up all the questions what we have received in the chat. So if anyone has like, you can unmute yourself also, right? If you have any doubt, आप unmute करके you can raise your concern or any points which you want to discuss जो आप chat पे नहीं डाल पा रहे हो, let's say, तो आप
Hello.
yeah
I have one question.
yeah
Yes.
please.
जैसे कि एक मेरा प्रोडक्ट है, जैसे मैं उसको मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में देता, एक सीट है, सपोज 8x4 के सीट है, तो उससे जैसे मैंने कुछ प्रोडक्ट बनाया, फिनिश गुड 10 पीस फिनिश गुड निकल गया, उसमें से कुछ स्क्रैप आया, लेकिन वो स्क्रैप जो है यूजेबल है, नेक्स्ट जब मैं प्रोडक्शन करूंगा तो उस स्क्रैप को मैं यूज कर सकता हूँ। उसमें से कुछ स्क्रैप निकला, दैट विल फाइनल स्क्रैप, वो अभी स्क्रैप नहीं है वो। तो हाउ कैन आई मेंटेन स्टॉक ऑफ दैट यूजेबल स्क्रैप, और आई कैन शो इन माय प्रोडक्शन दैट ये यूजेबल स्क्रैप है, मैं नेक्स्ट उसको यूज कर सकता हूँ बोलकर, ये कैसे इसमें हम उसको मैनेज कर सकते हैं? अपना जो इसमें है वो तो सिर्फ स्क्रैप पे दिया हुआ है।
No, understood your problem. Understood your problem. I'll just explain it. So दो तीन तरीके होते हैं. So right now what you are dealing with is a fabrication unit. फैब्रिकेशन यूनिट में शीट मेटल में इन जनरल इंडस्ट्री वाइज ये चैलेंज रहता है कि जब लेट से 8x4 का आपने शीट कट किया, उसमें से 2x2 का टुकड़ा बच गया, नाउ यू कैन टेल इट कि इट इज अ पोर्शन ऑफ 8x4, और आप उसको बोल सकते हो 2x2 का एक पीस है. Both the ways it can be handled. Managing those kind of inventory is in general difficult. टिपिकली जो भी फैब्रिकेशन में या स्टील इंडस्ट्री में जब प्रोडक्शन रन करते हैं तो जो कंजम्पशन होता है क्वांटिटी का वो पूरा केजी पे, जब आप परचेस करते हो तो भी आप केजी पे करते हो,
राइट।
वो केजी पे करने का रीजन यही होता है कि आप जब कंजम्पशन कर रहे हो तो भी आप अगर केजी पे दिखाते हो, इट विल ईज योर मैनेजिंग द इन्वेंट्री। एग्जैक्ट कैलकुलेशन नहीं आएगा फॉर श्योर कि आपके पास 2x2 का टुकड़ा है या 4x2 का है या 3x2 का है, उसमें आप ग्रेड मेंशन करते हो, लेट्स से SS 304 या 314L, इस तरह का कुछ ग्रेड मेंशन किया, प्लस आप उसका थिकनेस मेंशन करते हो कि 5mm 2mm जो भी आपकी थिकनेस है, इस तरह से इन्वेंट्री डिफाइन की जाती है। और पूरी इन्वेंट्री मैनेज करने के लिए केजी में रहता है। जो स्क्रैप रहता है, स्क्रैप को आप एक जेनरिक प्रोडक्ट डिफाइन करते हो कि मेटल स्क्रैप है, मेटल स्क्रैप को केजी की तरह से आप स्क्रैप काउंट रखते हो। डाउन द लाइन आइदर इट इज अ रीयूजेबल स्क्रैप, तो आप एक अलग डिफरेंट आइटम बना लो कि रीयूजेबल स्क्रैप है, और ये जो रीयूजेबल नहीं है उसको जनरल स्क्रैप डाल दो। दो आइटम डिफाइन कर सकते हो। जनरल स्क्रैप, ये जो स्क्रैप रहेगा नॉर्मली वो आप ये बल्क में सेल कर देते हो किसी बंदे को, और जो रीयूजेबल रहता है उसमें से आपको पीसेस देखना पड़ेगा कि किस किस साइज का है। देयर इज नो वे टू हैव अ डिटेल कि आप बस 8x, लेट्स से 2x2 का एक टुकड़ा है, 1x2 का एक टुकड़ा है, वो निकालना पॉसिबल नहीं होगा। डिफिकल्ट, काफी प्रैक्टिकली काफी डिफिकल्ट है, भले आप ट्रांजैक्ट लो या कोई भी सिस्टम लो।
ओके, थैंक यू।
इसमें एक चीज आप सर जो कर सकते हो, व्हाट जो मैं सजेशन देता हूँ काफी यूजर्स को, राइट? सो द थिंग इज, जब आप बॉम्ब क्रिएट कर रहे हो, राइट, तो इफ यू नो कि यार मेरा स्क्रैप इसमें निकलता है, राइट,
हाँ, वो चीज पहले मैपिंग हो जाती है हमारी, वो चीज पॉसिबल इसके बाद।
तो व्हाइल क्रिएट, सो आई विल जस्ट गिव यू एन एग्जांपल, एक एग्जांपल दिखा देता हूँ, लेट मतलब ये आप देख लेना आपके लिए वर्क करेगा कि नहीं करेगा। सो लेट्स से दिस इज माय ग्लोब वॉल्व का जो बॉम्ब है, ठीक है। अब मेरे को अगर पता है पहले से कि ये आइटम एज अ स्क्रैप निकलने वाला है, राइट, सो व्हाट, एक सेकेंड, just 1 second, I will just open up एक bill of material. तो लेट्स से ये एक बिल ऑफ मटेरियल है, ठीक है। इसमें व्हाट आई विल डू इज, इसको मैं एडिट करके यहाँ पे आई विल पुट अप द स्क्रैप, ओके। यहाँ पे ऑप्शन है राइट टू ऐड द स्क्रैप आइटम। तो यहाँ से व्हाट आई, मैं यहाँ पे एक स्क्रैप आइटम जो भी है, लेट्स से अभी मैं टेस्ट एग्जांपल ले रहा हूँ कि लेट्स से ये एक स्क्रैप आइटम है, ठीक है। क्वांटिटी अगर आपको अभी नहीं पता है, बिकॉज हमको अभी स्टार्ट में पता नहीं होता है राइट कि कितना क्वांटिटी स्क्रैप जनरेट होगा, सो आई कैन पुट 0 हियर, ओके। मैं यहाँ पे 0 करके भी इसको सेव कर सकता हूँ इन द बिल ऑफ मटेरियल, राइट। नाउ हमने यहाँ पे जो स्क्रैप का स्टोर है, ठीक है, व्हाइल क्रिएटिंग द बिल ऑफ मटेरियल यू कैन आल्सो सिलेक्ट द स्क्रैप स्टोर, कि जो स्क्रैप निकलेगा वो कौन से स्टोर में जाएगा, ठीक है। तो वो जो है आप उसको एक अलग से स्टोर डिफाइन कर सकते हो, ठीक है, कि लेट्स से रिसाइकेबल होगा या मेन रिजेक्ट स्टोर होगा, जो भी है, ठीक है। तो जब आप प्रोडक्शन कंप्लीट करोगे तो वो टाइम पे यू विल गेट द ऑप्शन राइट कि आपका स्क्रैप कितना निकला है, ठीक है। और जो आप स्क्रैप जितना जनरेट करोगे, लेट्स से 2 kg हो गया, या वो केजी में होगा हमेशा स्क्रैप, राइट, केजी में होता है, या फिर पीसेस ले लो आप जैसे भी, तो वो आपको पुट करके यू हैव टू सेव इट। और एक तरीके का आपको मैनुअल इंटरवेंशन तो लगेगा ही लगेगा, तो आपको ये डेटा इन्वेंट्री में आ जाएगा, ठीक है, कि आपका कितना स्क्रैप जनरेट हो रहा है ये आइटम का, ओके, कौन से प्रोसेस से हो रहा है, वो डेटा आपको दिख जाएगा। लेकिन कितना पीसेस है, कितने बाय कितने का है,
यूजुअल स्क्रैप कितना केजी पता चल जाएगा वो चीज।
तो मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ राइट कि यहाँ से आई कैन गिव यू दैट डेटा कि कितना स्क्रैप जनरेट हो रहा है हर प्रोसेस के अंदर, उसमें से यूजेबल कितना है और कितना फेंकना है या बेचना है, वो आपको वहां पे एक मैनुअल इंटरवेंशन लगेगा ही लगेगा। वो आप जैसे अखिल ने मेंशन किया, वो आप सिस्टम से नहीं निकाल सकते हो, ठीक है।
मुझे गोडाउन डिवाइड कर देना पड़ेगा। गोडाउन नंबर 1 जो मैंने रख दिया है वो दैट इज रीयूजेबल स्क्रैप, गोडाउन नंबर 2 में जो है वो फाइनल स्क्रैप हो गया।
प्रोसेस के अंदर स्क्रैप का एक ही स्टोर डिफाइन हो सकता है। लेट्स से आपने मान लो आपका 10 kg निकला स्क्रैप फॉर एग्जांपल, ठीक है। अब 10 kg आपका रिजेक्ट स्टोर में चला गया, ठीक है। अब 10 kg में से लेट्स से 5 kg आपका जो है वो रीयूजेबल है, 5 kg जो ऐसा है कि जो आप जो सेल करोगे, ठीक है, किसी और बंदे को, ठीक है। तो वो आपको फिर वहां पे इन्वेंट्री के अंदर एक स्टॉक ट्रांसफर दिखाना पड़ेगा फ्रॉम रिजेक्ट स्टोर टू रीयूजेबल स्टोर, ठीक है। वहां से यू कैन सेग्रीगेट द डेटा, वहां से यू कैन सी द डेटा कि मेरे पास रीयूजेबल स्टॉक कितना है और मेरे पास जो है वो जो बेचने वाला है जिसको मैं रीसेल करता हूँ, राइट, तो उसका कितना स्टॉक है। तो वो अलग चीज आप इन्वेंट्री से मैप कर सकते हो। प्रोसेस से यू विल गेट द टोटल कि कितना टोटल स्क्रैप जनरेट हुआ।
ठीक है, समझ गया मैं।
ठीक है,
ठीक है सर, ओके, थैंक यू।
2 more questions.
Yeah.
One of the question is in my case we are different material that go into finished good, but they are sent separately like battery cabinet, inverter, but they are still a part of a complete system. Sometimes we send partial component and rest later. Is it possible to dispatch finished good partially in dispatch? So to answer this question, I believe कि you are mixing it 2 things. One is customer को कैसे dispatch हो रहा है, the other part is कि manufacture कैसे हो रहा है, ठीक है। अगर आपका sorry, hello, yeah, there are 2 things in this case कि one is जो प्रोडक्शन चल रहा है वो कैसे हो रहा है, सेकंड थिंग इज मैन्युफैक्चर, आपने जो कस्टमर को भेजा है वो कैसे भेज रहे हो। प्रोडक्शन में आप 2-3 तरीके से कर सकते हो। एक तो हर सेमी फिनिश गुड का यू कैन हैव अ सेपरेट बॉम्ब जिसको आप मास्टर बॉम्ब से लिंक करते हो, दैट इज वन वे। इफ यू डोंट वांट टू लिंक इट टू द मास्टर बॉम्ब, आप सेपरेट बॉम्ब भी रन कर सकते हो, दैट इज वन थिंग। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, अगर आपको सेल ये कस्टमर को भेजना है और वो पार्ट एंड पार्सल में भेजना है, आप सारा आइटम एक बार में नहीं भेज रहे हो। द एग्जांपल यू टुक कि बैटरी का लेट्स से इन्वर्टर का सिर्फ अभी बैटरी भेजना है, देन कवर सो सेकंड पार्ट में लेट्स से आपको सिर्फ कैबिनेट भेजना है, तो उस इन दैट केस यू हैव टू क्रिएट इन ऑर्डर कंफर्मेशन, यू हैव टू डिफाइन सेपरेट आइटम्स। ऐसा नहीं होगा कि आप कॉमन इन्वर्टर डिफाइन किए हो और फिर उसका जब इनवॉइस बना रहे हो तो आप उसमें सिंगल, या डिलीवरी चैनल बना रहे हो तो सिंगल रॉ मटेरियल उसका पार्ट में भेज रहे हो, वो ऑप्शन नहीं होगा। वो क्योंकि डेटा लिंक्ड है आपके फिनिश गुड से ऑर्डर कंफर्मेशन से, तो वहीं से फेच होगा। हाउ कैन वी इम्प्लीमेंट फीफो इन इन्वेंट्री? तो जब आप यूज करते हो फीफो बाय डिफॉल्ट इन्वेंट्री में रहता है। जैसे ही आपका एक नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, हाउ कैन वी यूज फीफो, तो आप जो भी परचेस कर रहे हो, परचेस का कॉस्ट ऑटोमेटिकली एलोकेट होता है। जब आप इन्वेंट्री में जाके देखते हो उसमें, सॉरी ये क्वेरी, हाँ, वो ऑटोमेटिकली एलोकेट हो जाता है फीफो। जब आप प्रोडक्शन करते हो तो सिस्टम ऑटोमेटिकली फीफो के हिसाब से एलोकेट करता है। आप चाहो तो फीफो का ये रिपोर्ट देख सकते हो प्रोडक्ट प्राइस इन्वेंट्री में, या आप फीफो के हिसाब से कॉस्टिंग देख सकते हो, या फिर आप यहाँ पे जब आप इन्वेंट्री पेज पे जाते हो, इन्वेंट्री मॉड्यूल के अंदर कोई भी आइटम का अगर आपको हिस्ट्री देखना है, आप उस आइटम पे क्लिक करोगे तो वो वहां पे दिखा देगा डिटेल में कि किस किस रेट पे कब कब परचेज हुआ है. सो दैट कैन बी सीन. Next question in, can we only take modules within Transact ERP and not the entire thing? So first of all, you can it's up to you. आप चाहो तो we have different version. You can go to our website, वहाँ पे pricing page दिया हुआ है, आप sign up करके ले सकते हो. अगर आपको production, subcontract, MRP ये सारे modules चाहिए, so that comes with everything. So if you don't want to use, you can deactivate, or you can just set the access at your own level. So that can be done. Can other charge part not be printed if I don't enter it? So आपके पास शब्बी जब बॉम्ब प्रिंट करते हैं तो ये कंडेंस फॉर्म भी होता है वहां पे प्रिंट करने का. Can you
नहीं, वो
just
सेव
show?
स्प्रेडशीट है. So let's say if you want to download this bomb right in Excel, so for that we have two options. One is normal and expanded. But for printing of the bill of material, currently we have everything in one place, right?
We'll
So
take it as a feedback.
feedback, yeah, definitely. I will just note it down.
So a brief about the bomb upload process by using link in short. So right now I won't be able to show you the bomb upload process in this because this is a dummy staging server. This entire version is under the training testing phase. Here the upload link won't work. However, you can request for a video for this. आप जब ट्रांजैक्ट लॉगिन करोगे अपने ट्रांजैक्ट पे चैट का ऑप्शन है, वहाँ चैट पे आप लिख दोगे, they will send you a video recording for that. See, I am done with all the questions. If anyone have any other question, we would love to answer. The series number of component that can we maintain series numbers of component that we are dispatching and put a warranty also on it? Yeah, so this is a question which is related to the barcode. ये सेल्स के रिगार्डिंग क्वेश्चन है कि सीरियल नंबर मेंशन कर सकते हैं क्या, एंड देन वारंटी डेट मेंशन कर सकते हैं. डेफिनेटली इट इज पॉसिबल. जब आप इनवॉइस बनाते हो वहां पे बारकोड नंबर डालने का ऑप्शन आता है वहां पे आप सीरियल नंबर और ये भी डाल सकते हो. फॉर दैट आल्सो यू कैन रिक्वेस्ट फॉर द वीडियो, दे विल शेयर इट विद यू.
So one thing to answer this question as well. So if your question is this, right? Let's say if I'm creating a finished good from the production, and then for that finished good, if you want to add a barcode number, right? So yes, that process is there. Okay, that I will just show you out how that can be done. So first thing, let's say I will just go to the process stage in my completed. So जो हमने finished good बनाया था, which is globe ball, right? So for example, let's say this 5 pieces. So I want to add a barcode number with its manufacturing and expiry date, right? For this 5 pieces of globe ball. So what I'll do is I will just go to my production page or the production order number page here. I will just click here. Okay. And here in the actions, if you see here in the other actions, you will get an option of barcode number. ठीक है, अगर आपको ये 5 finished goods जो हमने प्रोडक्शन में बनाई है, इसको अगर इसमें अगर बारकोड ऐड करना है, so you have to just simply click on barcode number here. Okay. And here you will get the option to add a barcode number. ठीक है, यहाँ पे you will get 2 approval inventory. One is for the raw material, second is for the finished good. So I will just simply, let's say, add new barcode. Okay, and यहाँ से you will get the option to add a barcode number. So for example, let's say I will just put my barcode number for this 5. I'm just putting a batch number. Let's say GLB 001. Okay, here you have this option to put the manufacturing date. Let's say today's date I'm adding here. Expiry date, let's say I'm putting next month of 16, 1 month of expiry date. Okay, and I will save this out. Once you will save it, then in the inventory module under the barcode section, okay, if you just go and show you in the inventory section under the barcode section here, okay, from this filter barcode section, you will get the option here and you can track the data from here. Okay, so if you see here, we have added GLB 001 for this process number, globe ball 5 pieces, quantity in. That means we have added, right? We have created a barcode for this 5 numbers. Okay, quantity consumed is 0, balance is 5. Now let's say while dispatching, okay, जब आप invoice बना रहे हो, you will get the option to select the barcode number from the drop down. कि जो आपने 5 बनाया था, वो कौन से batch का था और कौन से batch से आप उसको dispatch कर रहे हो. So it will come in the quantity out and balance quantity आपको उसके accordingly दिखा देगा. So those things can be done, okay, in the production as well. Same thing with the raw material also. कि जब आप प्रोक्योरमेंट करते हो, so you have to give the barcode number, and while issuing the raw material in the production, while showing the consumption, you can give a barcode कि कौन से barcode का, कौन से batch का, कौन से lot का I am using the raw material. So I hope I answer or clear out your doubt.
Hello, Shabir.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Bijesh here. I'm already a user from Zipcar Technologies.
Okay.
Do you have any suggestions for because for the food industry, any separate workflow or any other kind of suggestions you have? Especially we are more concerned about the expiry and all these things. So you have any separate module or anything to manage with the
no.
expiry?
So if you'll ask about the food industry specific, so what food exactly you are manufacturing?
No, we actually do bottling. We do juices in bottles. That is in different sizes: 250 ml, 300 ml,
Okay, I
500
got
ml.
it. So there are three suggestions for this. One is while creation of the bomb, majorly आपका bulk में bomb बनता होगा. आप कहीं side में आ सकते हैं क्या? Background से बहुत sound आ रहा है. Actually, I'll just mute you. Yeah. सो दो तीन चीज होती है. एक जूस इंडस्ट्री में ये होता है कि बल्क मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हो रही होगी एंड देन पैकेजिंग अलग अलग हो रही होगी. सो फर्स्ट थिंग, व्हाइल क्रिएशन ऑफ द बॉम्ब आपका बल्क के लिए अलग बॉम्ब बनेगा और पैकेजिंग के बॉम्ब्स अलग अलग होंगे. सो टिपिकली जब भी आप, और मेक टू स्टॉक होता है इन मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस जूस इंडस्ट्री में, तो आप जब भी प्रोडक्शन करोगे वो बल्क वाले बॉम्ब से करोगे और एज एंड व्हेन रिक्वायर्ड आप दूसरा पैकेजिंग बॉम्ब रन करोगे. दैट इज वन थिंग. सेकेंड सजेशन इज, जब आप प्रोडक्शन रन कर रहे हो, मोस्टली इस इंडस्ट्री में क्योंकि बहुत फास्ट प्रोसेस होता है, ऐसा नहीं होता कि 1 महीने 15 दिन चल रहा है मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का प्रोसेस. सो वंस द सेम डे, मेजरली जैसे मॉर्निंग में मैंने आज एक कोई जूस बनाना है, वो आफ्टरनून तक या इवनिंग तक वो पूरा प्रोसेस डन हो जाता है. तो टिपिकली इन दिस इंडस्ट्री व्हाट पीपल आर डूइंग इन ट्रांसैक्ट, वो जब प्रोसेस खत्म होता है तब बल्क प्रोडक्शन रन करते हैं. बेस्ड ऑन द फिनिश गुड कितना बना है उसके हिसाब से वो सेट करते हैं और बल्क में इश्यूएंस दिखा के कंप्लीट कर देते हैं प्रोसेस को, सो दैट ऑल द रॉ मटेरियल एंड फिनिश गुड विल गेट एडजस्टेड. दैट इज सेकंड थिंग. थर्ड थिंग, जब आपका प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस बन जाता है तो सभी कोई भी एक कंप्लीटेड प्रोडक्शन प्रोसेस खोलिएगा.
Yes. Yeah.
जस्ट टू सिंप्लीफाई द प्रोसेस, आपको क्या करना है कि ये मतलब आपको कुछ और याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है या बैच नंबर कहीं पे जाता नहीं है. इट्स जस्ट फॉर योर ट्रैकिंग. एक मिनट ऊपर ही आइए ना शबी, यहाँ पे आप देख लो पीआईडी नंबर लिखा हुआ है. दैट इज द ऑर्डर नंबर.
If you don't mind, can you speak in English? I understand Hindi, but may not be able to reply.
Okay, I'm so sorry. So in this case, you want to allocate a barcode number. So simply you can use this PID number as it is a unique ID for each production process. It can be used for the batch or as a barcode number as well. So you can copy this number and save it in a barcode number, and creation date, you can use it as Shabib, can you open the other action barcode? Add barcode. So here, creation date, you can use it as manufacturing date, and expiry, if you have any date, let's say 3 days, whatever the shelf life is, you can put it in an expiry date. So if you'll add it over here, what it will essentially do, when you will go into the inventory section, there is a tab called batch number tab. If you go to that tab, it will show you that how much quantity you have, from which batch number you have, what was the manufacturing date, and what is the expiry date. Right now, we don't have any notification as such that these products are going to expire or something. That is something which is yet to be developed with Transact.
Okay, got it. Within our production unit, we can track it, but once you go out the material, you cannot track it. Is that what you want to say, right?
So once you submit this quantity, this will go into the inventory, right?
Mm-hmm.
After the inventory, by the time inventory is with you, you can track it. If you have already sent it to your distributor or someone, then that data, if it is sold or it is still with the stock, they have the stock in hand, that is something which that data is not there present in Transact. Down the line also, if let's say any of your distributor comes back and tell you that this batch number is still pending, is expired or something, you can go back and check in the inventory section. You can just put the barcode number and check whether it is expired or not. That level of tracking can be done.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, continue.
But in that case, this barcode need to be printed or present in the carton box or somewhere.
Now we are attaching the barcode in every of our bottles. So we have barcode inbuilt in our bottles.
That same barcode number, you can put it over here, so it will be easier for you to track.
Yeah. And also one main suggestion, since you are into multiple industry, why don't you give the expenses, like, every time, see, if suppose I have some expenses for my fuel, okay, maybe like I hired a driver for a day. Why don't you give a small expense module,
we
the
focus-
basic one?
So see, we believe in, so we are only focused on the direct cost, not the indirect expenses. So these all things, driver, electricity bill, and employee salary, these everything comes under the indirect expenses. So we suggest you to use Tally for that. And whatever data you direct expenses, sales, purchase, and production, inventory expenses, whatever are there, those things are captured over here, and this data can flow directly, seamlessly to Tally. So we are not exactly an accounting system. We don't call it an accounting system. Tally is good in accounting, so we rely on that part. And what we deal with is the sales and purchase typically cost.
Yeah, no, I just given you a suggestion, since you have almost all the modules. I don't think it's pretty difficult to just give you a module just in other expenses.
I would say it is difficult. It seems easy, but it is not. So when you'll get into that, there will be a lot of different type of expenses which will come into the picture. So it is difficult to build that.
At this point, okay.
Anything else, anyone? Or we can end the session.
Yeah. Hi, this side Vikas. I have one question regarding this production module. If all the processes are completed and we reach the till testing, finished goods testing, and at that moment, if we cancel that order, so inventory will get back into the warehouse.
Updated.
But
Yes.
I have some issues. I created one order, completed it, and at the last moment I cancelled it. So inventory is reduced from the inventory. It is not going back
It's
to
not
the
going back.
inventory.
So it could be possible that inventory approval is set over there. If you will check the inventory approval in the inventory module, the approval pending might be there. So you need to go there and approve it. So that is something that could be possible. Otherwise, if it is not there, you can just raise a support chat. The team will take the AnyDesk and look into the issue. Why it is not happening.
Okay. And my second
Ideally, it
question,
should be.
yeah, my second question is, since you have given access to the sales team as well, okay, they can send quotations and they can create order confirmation. Correct?
Right.
Okay, so there is a problem when we are sending some code to any customer. So price, we will fill it in the code. It is not. It should not be like that. The system is throwing the price while creating the code.
So it depends on the how you have set the inventory. If you have set the price in the inventory, it will auto fetch. If it is not, see somewhere you have to set the price, right?
Okay.
So if although that is a separate discussion altogether, but I'll just guide you in one line. In the inventory module, there is a in the inventory table, if you see, there is a price column.
Yeah.
If you haven't filled any price in that, then it will show blank by default. If you have filled some price, then it will automatically fetch.
So then how we will get the inventory value if we will not fill price over there?
So if it will show you from the purchase cost. So whenever you check the inventory valuation, it is based on the purchase price. Right?
Okay.
So whatever
mean to
videos
say-
you are releasing, based on that, the price or amount, whatever you are mentioning in the purchase order or purchase invoice when you are submitting, it will update into the system, and from there it is getting calculated.
Yeah.
Inventory
So
cost
my
is not
simple
possible.
question is, if we want to give access only for sales order confirmation and sales quote request. Okay, we want to give it to the our sales team. So I just wanted to know, can we stop this price automatic fetch up? We can stop it while creating code. They should not get the price from system.
The question is counter to your first question. पहले क्वेश्चन में आपने पूछा था कि वो प्राइस फेच नहीं हो रहा है, अभी आप बोल रहे हो कि प्राइस फेच नहीं होना चाहिए.
Fetch हो रहा है. I'm sorry if you take it wrongly. It is automatically fetching the price from system, which I do not want.
Sorry, that is not possible. Price अगर वहाँ डाला हुआ है तो वहाँ से fetch होगा.
तो सर प्राइस तो इसमें रहेगा ही ना आपके सिस्टम में, अदरवाइज सेल्स कोड का मीनिंग क्या रहा है? इट इज लाइक दैट कि हम उसी प्राइस पे खरीद रहे हैं और वही प्राइस पे कोड
नहीं
भी
तो
जा रहा
देयर
है.
इज अ वे टू जो प्राइस ऑटोमेटिकली आ रहा है वो आपके
हाँ.
इन्वेंटरी टेबल पे सेव नहीं होता है, वो आपके
Okay.
इंटरनल कैलकुलेशन के लिए सेव होता है. इन्वेंटरी टेबल पे जो आप प्राइस डालोगे वो प्राइस
Okay.
फेच होता है आपका, और दोनों
Okay,
अलग अलग.
अगर हम वहाँ पे जीरो रखेंगे उस पर्टिकुलर
Zero
SKU
fetch
में
होगा.
प्राइस, तो
Zero
जीरो ही
fetch
शो होगा उधर.
हाँ.
And while taking inventory through purchase order, it will not update.
तो परचेज जब आप कर रहे हो तो परचेज में कुछ प्राइस होगा ना, जब आपने
Right.
इनवॉइस पे डाला है, परचेज इनवॉइस पंच किया है, उस पे डाला है, वो
Right.
उस प्राइस के हिसाब से आपका इन्वेंटरी वैल्यूएशन दिखा देगा.
Okay.
भले आप इन्वेंटरी पेज पे जीरो रखो, उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा.
Okay. 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 Thank you.
Anyone else? Any questions? So I guess we are done with the questions round, and thanks a lot for the lovely session. Thank you, everyone. We can end the call, Shabir.
Yeah, so in case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, so you can reach out to us on this email ID, operations@letstransact.com. Or if you are stuck at any point, so and need instant help, so the support or the chat option is always there, right, in your profile. So you can raise a chat and you will get the response from our team in less than 20 seconds in a working time from Monday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So yeah, thank you so much for joining this session. We got a chat, I think. Yeah, okay. So I hope you guys were awesome. I hope you enjoyed the session, and see you in the next webinar or next session. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.